What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Wavvy Ty back again with a video. Let's get it. Today's video is going to be about getting beat in boot camp and what is PT like in boot camp. I get these questions on the daily and I gotta make a video about it, letting you guys know how it is. So let's get straight into it. Okay, let's get it. Your first week in boot camp, you will not do any working out because you gotta process in. It's called P days. You get your medical, you get your dental, and you get glasses if you need it, all your shots and everything. So they can't work you out. That week is gonna determine whether you're physically fit for full duty, which is working out. So once you're physically fit for full duty and you're clear, the next week you will go to Freedom Hall. Freedom Hall is a huge gym area with a bunch of tracks on different floors. So how big is the track? 12 laps on the track equals 1.5 miles, which is your run test. So what you will do before your test is you will run a couple times, get a couple runs in, and you will be doing it throughout boot camp for your final test. So what the workout is it's a 12 to 20 minute sustained run based off how the petty officer or chief feels, how long they want their division to run that day. 12 to 20 minute sustained run, but you got to make sure you don't stop because they will get on you. You can't stop during that. And you want to make sure you're drinking enough water because trust me, from my own experience, when I say this, if you're not drinking enough water in boot camp, you will definitely feel it during those sustained runs. Or sometimes you will go there and you do different speed workouts. So one day is like sustained run, long distance, and then one day is speed run. So you do different workouts, different speed workouts. So an example is you get 9 people in a group and 3 people start off, they run a speed distance, not that far, and then when those 3 people are done and they come back, they run down and back. When they come back, the other 3 go, and then you keep going till the time goes. Another one people would do is they literally jump over a white line, keep jumping over, you're jumping over a white line for a couple minutes, keep the heart rate going. And another thing is even a shorter distance, you sprint and then you jog backwards and then you sprint and you keep doing that. There's no line for that. So you want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water, and there's unhealthy foods when you go to boot camp. But I knew I wanted to pass the PT, so I ate as little as unhealthy foods as possible while I was in boot camp. So make sure you're eating fish and you're not always, wanting to eat the fat foods and getting cookies. And I don't know if other divisions are like this, but in our division, we couldn't get desserts until we passed our final PT. So make sure you stay light on the crazy foods because it will definitely help. It helped me a lot. Another advice I could give you, tips, which is a good tip, is when I did my sustained run, I got a partner who was around my mile and a half time, and we would literally run together, and we are both a little competitive, so we would run together, and the petty officer would scream out 30 seconds left of the run, and we'd look at each other and literally just start sprinting and see who could beat each other. We're both tired, we just ran 12 minutes, but we're sprinting to see who has that heart to keep going even when they're tired. And it literally helped us so much because we would motivate each other. So if he was ahead of me in the 12-minute sustained run, we couldn't talk in there, so he would look back with a smirk, and then I would run up to him and try to stay at the same pace or run by him, and then he would do the same thing to me. So we just motivated each other to keep going, even though your body is hurting, your heart is pumping really hard and you just want to give up so bad, getting a partner that is on the same level as you will help you. And I remember on our final run to graduate boot camp, we ran together and we literally got really good times. And we did the same exact thing. On our last lap, we looked straight at each other. We didn't have to talk and we both just started sprinting. So it helps you a lot if you have someone on your level to motivate you and inspire you to keep going through the hard times. Because I remember one time when we were running together, man, my legs was hurting so bad, but my pride was too big to let him beat me. I was too much of a competitor to let him beat me, my pride. So I was literally hurting so bad. And when we got done with that run, I went to sleep and I was hurting the next day, but I was so happy that I went through it and kept pushing through that hard run because it made me better. And I saw it, like I said, week 8 when we took the final test and I graduated because I was able to pass the run. So make sure you get a partner on your level. Don't get someone faster than you or someone that's going to slow you down. Get someone on your level that you guys can motivate each other and run next to each other so you guys can keep getting better and pushing each other. So now I'm going to talk about getting beat in boot camp. Everyone wants to know, what is it like getting beat in boot camp? So I'm going to tell you, in boot camp, once you're done with P days, they can beat you now. You're fully fit for duty. You can get beat. I'm telling you, once that week is over, they will literally find the littlest things to beat you over. It's almost like I would think to myself, man, do they wake up just thinking, I'm a beat? You get what I'm saying? Do they just wake up thinking, I'm gonna just beat the crap out of them? Yeah. It's just almost like they think that. It's crazy. So when you get beat, like I'm telling you, over the littlest things, like I literally would get beat. Our division would get beat over someone else making a mistake. Like if someone else didn't do something fast enough, the whole division would get beat. And one thing our division did is if someone got in trouble, they would stand in the middle and watch everyone else get beat. And they would say, like, hoorah. So say, for example, I wasn't fast enough doing something the petty officer told me to do. He would say 30 seconds to hydrate. That's how you know you're about to get beat. So when you hear 30 seconds to hydrate, you're about to get beat. So what you have to do is you got one of these and you got to sit there and hydrate for 30 seconds. And don't think you could just be sitting there acting like you drinking, because we got beat more because of me, because I literally drunk water. I just drunk water and then I hear 30 seconds to hydrate. I was done with drinking water for that time, and we got beat even more because of me doing that. But when you hear that, like I said, know you about to get beat. But you literally you get beat over the littlest things ever. They would say like, hoorah Robinson, and everybody would go, hoorah Robinson, and they'd be like, Robinson didn't do this, for example, fast enough, and he knew how to do it, but he chose not to go at a slow pace, for example. So they'd be like, so you would go, thinking I'm about to start, you would go, for example, I would go thinking I'm about to start working out with everyone. He'd be like, no, you stand in the middle and you watch everyone else suffer because of your wrongdoing. So now everyone else is looking at me like, man, you know what I'm saying? They'd be looking at you, or we're looking at somebody else like, man, why you got us working out? And you're just watching everybody working out and you're sitting there in shame and you're just like, man, why did I make this mistake? And the good thing about it is, once the petty officers, it dies off and everything, everyone comes and talks to you. Some people might be a little acting like they never have made a mistake in their life, like, oh, why would you do that? Oh, da, da, da. But the right people in boot camp, the leaders in boot camp, The right people will come up to you and be like, hey man, just get better. You know what I'm saying? Get better, learn from this experience, and don't do it again. Because obviously you haven't learned from something in your life if you do it again. So they're just like, don't make that mistake over. I remember I did that to the person. I wasn't a person beating them down and saying, why would you do that? I'm not gonna lie, I was mad, but I just realized it would make it worse and make the person feel worse. So just, lift up that person, even if you're mad, because I was in your same position. I know you're gonna be mad because I was too, because getting beat for someone else's wrongdoing is literally so bad, and it gets to you, especially when you're tired, you miss your family, you doing everything right, and you still getting beat. It seemed like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you're a leader when that stuff happens to you, because trust me, whether it's you getting beat or whether it's someone else is getting beat, you guys will get beat for someone doing the wrong thing. But I don't want you to watch this video and get scared of making mistakes in boot camp, or get scared of getting beat, because you're gonna make mistakes in boot camp. You're gonna get beat whether you like it or not. So just go into boot camp, just trying your best, but not being too scared to make mistakes, if you know what I'm saying. Because if you go into boot camp being extremely scared to make mistakes and thinking, man, I don't want to get beat, you're gonna make tons of mistakes. So just go into boot camp, focus, listening to everything, and don't be scared to get in trouble, because their job is to make you into a sailor. So you becoming a sailor, you're gonna do things that's not right. You're gonna make little mistakes, and the littlest mistake in boot camp is like a huge thing if you make the littlest mistake. So don't get down about it, and don't be scared to just make mistakes. So I'm gonna tell you about the different workouts you'll do when you get beat. Push-ups, 10 counts, mounted climbers, in and outs, sitting, acting like you're sitting in a chair, jumping jacks, holding your arms out. Those are some of the workouts you would do. And when I say holding your arms out, it's literally like this. You're doing that while standing up for 5 minutes. And remember, while you're doing all this workout, you're in a full sweat, because you got this on with the heavy boots. You're doing those ab workouts. Man, I don't care if you got the strongest abs, those gonna hurt with some heavy boots on, I'm telling you. And when you first get to boot camp and you get that first week where you're fit for full duty and you can work out, man, I'm telling you, when you work out, I was literally dripping. I came to boot camp in shape, and I would be on the ground in the push-up position, and from my head, I was dripping sweat. I literally, at the end of us getting beat, I literally had a pool of sweat, and other people did on the ground, because how much and how bad we got beat. So I'm telling you, at the beginning of boot camp, it sucks. But at the end of boot camp, you look back at it and you laugh how funny it was. But I'm telling you, in boot camp, you're gonna get in the best shape of your life. As long as you eat healthy, you're drinking a lot of water, which you will, because they will tell you have to, and you're just doing the workouts, you will get in the best shape of your life. It's crazy. So that's how the PT is, and that's how getting beat is. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you turn on those post notifications on so you never miss an upload. And until next time, demonstration speaks louder than conversation. Peace.